Hi, welcome to Are You a Short Sale Buyer? Where today we're going to go over a little bit about what makes a good short sale buyer. And Christy, since you work with buyers, and short sale buyers, can you give me a few qualifications of what would make a good short sale buyer?
Well, with a short sale, we're never sure how long it's going to take. I have heard tell of a short sale being approved in 28 days. I've never seen it myself. But we have seen a short sale that took 18 months to settle.
Yeah, that was ugly.
No, it was not. That was not normal. So you need to have some flexibility. If you have children that they need to be in the school district and that kind of thing, that's probably not you. But if you're an investor, you're looking for a good deal, you don't care when you close. That's a great short sale buyer.
Investors, and I think some banks will approve short sales as investment properties. I don't think we've seen a lot of rejection on that. What else would make a good short sale buyer?
Well, anyone who's flexible with their settlement date. So if you don't own a home, maybe you're a first-time home buyer, you're a little strapped for cash and you want to try to find the best deal possible, sometimes these short sales are a good deal. If you're well qualified and you don't have another home to sell, then you'd be a good short sale buyer. The problem comes in timing your settlements. So a bank is not going to approve you as a buyer if you have a house to sell. So as somebody who doesn't have a home currently to sell, and maybe you're on a month-to-month lease, and your landlord's kind of flexible, you're a great short sale buyer.
Okay, so I know that's a pretty short list, isn't it?
Well, there's one other one,
Okay.
and that would be if you can qualify for both loans. Like, let's say, when we've had this happen with one of our own clients, they were high income earners. They had a house a small townhouse that they lived in, and they wanted to buy another home. They bought a short sale, and they were able to afford both homes, so they were non-contingent. They didn't have to sell their home. Now, ultimately, they did sell their home prior to closing.
They did.
But they didn't have to. And so that's another good short sale buyer.
Yeah, that one worked out, actually. That's one I think we covered in our previous video. That was one of our just approves.
Right.
So that's awesome. So they're very thrilled. That worked out. It doesn't always work out that good. Okay, so the little bit longer list. What kind of buyer, what should you not be if you're going to buy a short sale?
You're probably not a short sale buyer if you're on a tight schedule. If you're relocating out of the area for a job and you don't want to go into temporary housing for an extended period of time, you probably don't want to bother looking at short sales because you're not going to know when you're going to close. If you do have to have a coinciding settlements contingency, so let's say you own a home, can't qualify for the new home without selling your other one, the banks aren't going to look at your contract. They don't want to.
That's very true.
They don't even want to deal with you. If schools are important to you and the school district is not going to be flexible with you and letting you enroll your children, probably not a short sale buyer.
Okay. I would think I really can't think of a lot of great reasons to buy a short sale other than the price. And we're seeing a small differential between what short sales banks want, market value. So if you're going to pay market value, there's some benefit in getting a house that's been maintained and lived in. So, I think we always try to recommend, if we can find something that's of the quality and price that you're looking for, buy a regular sale.
Well, you never know what the buyer of a regular sale might be willing to reduce their price to, or you also don't know what the bank's going to approve the short sale at. You could write a contract for $425, and the bank comes back at $550.
We saw that. We had one. Do you remember? I think it was one of our first short sale listings, and we went up 5 different times in price.
Yes.
I mean, every month
that was the 18-month one.
We'll accept the short sale, but you must raise the price. And but the bank would never ratify, so we'd submit the new price, and they would keep changing it. And that one ultimately ended up settling, but it settled for like $60,000 more than we had started, and it was kind of like, what's the point? But we were representing the sellers, so we don't sell. We don't sell a lot of short sales to our buyers, and because there are very few people that have the pro-con list in order.
Well, and you have to be willing to lose. If you're willing to if this is the house for you and this is the house you want, that's fabulous. But the bank could foreclose on the property prior to the short sale being approved.
And that does happen.
It does happen. And they could jack the price up on you. I mean, just because a house is listed at $250,000 doesn't mean that the bank is not going to say, look, that house is worth $450, and we want $435 for it.
How about these professionally negotiated short sales. I mean, that's come full circle since we first started in the short sale business. Now everybody's an expert. I mean, I think it makes some difference, but I mean, we still see them go to foreclosure. Would you agree with that?
I would. I think what you need is a good attorney who knows the process of trying to halt a foreclosure, is able to look at the title and see what they might be able to file suit on in order to stop a foreclosure.
Yeah, we do feel that we're well equipped to help if the process starts going down the tubes and going into a foreclosure. But in the end, if you have the qualifications of a good short sale buyer, there's probably some decent deals out there if you can stomach the risk, right?
Right, absolutely.
Okay, well, our next video is going to be if you have to short sale your home. And we're going to work through a little bit of the step-by-step process and then how we work to help sellers, because we really do enjoy working with sellers, and we really enjoy helping people who need to short sell their homes. So we're going to have a video about that. Now, that'll be our next video, so look for it. Thanks again for joining us.